Good morning, class. Since the speech is about anything we could want to talk about, I thought I would take this opportunity to tell you about a trip I took with two of my friends sophomore year of high school. By far, this trip stands out more than any other trip I've ever taken. So let me start from the beginning. My friend Haley came up with the idea that we go down to visit her grandparents who own a cottage on Anna Maria Island in Florida. At the time, we were 15, so all we needed to buy was a round-trip plane ticket, and we were set to go. We decided to plan the trip during our February break, so we would have 2 weeks to stay down there, go free, and not having to worry about catching up on any assignments. When the time finally came, we were so excited. We all went to buy cute bikinis before the trip so we could feel good about going to the beach there. When we arrived to the airport, I was so excited because this was the first time I ever flew in a plane. And let me tell you, it did not disappoint. I ended up sitting next to a guy who lived in the area and gave us really fun places to go, which made me even more thrilled to be going there. When we finally arrived, the first thing we did is went to see the house. It was 2 blocks away from the beach, and it was absolutely beautiful. Of course, after we went to the house, we went to see the beach, and it did not disappoint. The water was such a pretty light blue color, and the sand was just white. Never seen anything like it before. Since we were there for 2 weeks, we had a lot of time to become familiar with the island, which we did by first walking across the whole beach, which took us the whole day, and we ended up having to walk back in the town because it was way too dark for us to see anything. Let's just say we didn't know about the bad part of the island until we walked in it, and we were freaking out the entire walk home. Luckily, we made it home safe, but after that, we didn't end up doing that again. It was cool, though, because the way of life down there is completely different. Most people took the trolley or rode a bike instead of driving in cars, and the way people went about doing things down there, it was just so carefree, and everyone was so sweet. One of the days we were there, we went mini golfing. Me, being the clumsy person that I am, hit the ball a little too hard and ended up sending it onto the roof of the golf place. One of the workers came over and started talking to us, and we realized he was about the same age as us. After that, we got a Snapchat. We went out to dinner with him at one of the cool restaurants on the beach. And he wanted us to meet all of his friends, so the next day we met up and we got introduced to a few of his friends. One had a really cool 1960 orange car. It was such an old car that there was boots as seats and no seatbelts. We were always driving around in that car for the rest of the time we were there. They took us to all the local spots, so we got to see more of the island than we would have if we didn't meet them. One of them had a boat, and we went whale watching the one day, but instead of seeing a whale, we ended up seeing a dolphin, which was about 20 feet from us. And until that point, I'd never seen a dolphin in real life. So it was just amazing. As the days went on, we hung out with them almost every day, going on bike rides, hiking trails, cool restaurants, and we went to a cool aquarium. We also went to a $4 million house that one of her grandparents' friends owned, and it had the craziest features. On top of that, there was live music going everywhere during the evening, so you always heard music everywhere you went. It definitely was a place I would visit again if I had the chance to. Until this point, I never cried from being so sad to leave a place. Thank you for listening to my speech.